like this define this great sport. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Comes in motion. The give to the lone running back. Shakes off the defender. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Trying the left side. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
To the air, it's Russell. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hoffman. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. Got the first down and more. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Quarterback extends the play. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Under fire. Going to try to get it himself. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Pocket breaking down. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide.
And that's the money down, man. 4th down, you just have to have it somehow, some way. You're calling a pass play. You're trying to get it through the air. Nothing open downfield. And he just takes over. He just tucks the ball and runs, goes and gets it. Great job, great decision-making by the quarterback on that play.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for room. It's Washington. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And it's been a rough start for this defense. They've given up too many yards, a 3rd down right there, but a good chance to bow your neck now, to make a statement. 1st and goal, we got to be physical, got to stop the run game, get a chance to make a stop on this first possession, and force a field.
Just hammer it with this running back again. He noses his way into the end zone.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And it's no good. He missed the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Finds a man on the right. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play, and gets the first down. Here's a rich tradition of running the football at Auburn from James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown. They love to find a tough running back to feed the rock.
Such great history, such great lineage of ground and pound and great athletes. And it's just a physical mindset of Auburn. And they're always that team that wants to run the football.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll leave it with him. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
First down in the red zone, and this crowd imploring its defense to stand firm. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Dropping back, it's Knight. On the run, still looking. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Using his feet. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult for him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming. You don't let that speed get to the outside.
Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Here comes that Alabama offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Russell. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. That's reeled in. It's Washington. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. First down, still on his feet. At the 45, on his way. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
The give to the tailback. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Russell. They'll run the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. The give to the left. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. Quarterback making checks. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Alabama.
Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's Incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
To the air, it's Knight. Quickly out to the tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Got his man. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Buying some time as he moves left. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. On the move, he fires. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Here comes the heat. Looking to buy time. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
29 Phillies. 2-9 Phillies.
Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Back to throw, it's Russell. Bringing the heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Picked off. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. That Auburn offense onto the field again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made. There he goes! That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Right back to it. Got the first down and more. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Knight. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
On fourth down, going to the air. Makes the catch. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a first down for Auburn.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Handoff from the gun. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll line up with trips to the right side on 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Quarterback adapted. Gets home, they knock him down back at the 45. And that's the second time he's gotten to the quarterback following the legacy of those great Crimson Tide pass rushers like Will Anderson, like Ryan Anderson or Tim Williams, or the great Derek Thomas or Cornelius Bennett who could get to the quarterback.
I like it. You're running oxygen naming all those guys. and that's what they do. They're a pressure defense, and they're going to come out to the court. They ain't going to give you time to find open guys to beat their DBs, and they got so many great pass rushers that don't really like quarterbacks, so I really like them.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. A designed run for the quarterback. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Dropping back, it's Knight. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum, get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. They'll run it. It's Chung. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Going to swing it on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
I got to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense contain this quarterback the way this defense has in this game today. Multiple sacks. They have been so disruptive. Multiple guys up front winning their one-on-ones. You got to give the D coordinator a ton of credit. He has dialed up the perfect plays and the perfect moments, and they have made this guy's life a living nightmare today.
Looking for an open area to his left. And a missed connection on third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
They might need a telescope to find the first down marker, but they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unleashes one deep. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A fourth down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big fourth down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He wants to change this route. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He'll start this drive going to the air. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And as he throws, can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Alabama! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
They'll line up to go for two. To the air, it's Russell. He gets it into the end zone for the two to push that lead out to 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to...
He lets one fly deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Fired just a little too long.
it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas. Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Moving away from pressure. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Extending the play. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you've got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. And they corral him at the 2-yard line.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on second and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping a manageable third down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in second and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Arkansas delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Fayetteville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is because, as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Bringing it back. He's at the touchdown, Bama. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They stretch this lead here in the fourth, and now they're closing in on their 9th win of the season.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Bringing it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Looking to throw again. Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Well, this is a really nice job there on that third down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up fourth down.
Throws to the wideout. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of ends at all.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
It'll be third and long. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Rushes on him. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in it. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
So here they come, fourth and long, and this defense is after back-to-back sacks. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Stands in and takes the hit. And here's the third interception of the night. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Balmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They believe they can run right here. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. First down here for the offense. They're wanting to pile up some extra points. He's not afraid to go deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Thanks so much for spending some time with